In today's episode of Velocity Views, we decipher whether or not Miltiadis Tentoglou of Greece fresh himself, faced himself with our Wayne Pinnock, or if he's just speaking out of frustration and dejection and disappointment. So Wayne recently beat him at the world-class Zürich Diamond League on Thursday, where he had a 26-foot 10-inch jump, and of course Wayne won and secured enough points to qualify for the Diamond League final next weekend. So what's the excitement? Why are we talking about the long jump? Well, this brother here, Miltiadis Tentoglou from Greece, opened his mouth and said some things, and we really are trying to figure out if a face and that drop some wood or a frustration get the best time, right? So his statement was interesting to say the least after the competition, after yardman forward and yardman pull up, and him have all a second place. He said, "I had zero motivation to jump today. It has been a long season, and in these conditions it was hard. I have nothing to prove. I am the Olympic champion. I do not need points. I do not need anything." Well, Mr. Olympic champion, if you didn't need points and if you didn't need anything, why you left your yard go compete for the people them $10,000 prize money, which makes you eligible to compete next week for the people them $30,000 prize money, US dollars that is, and for an automatic entry into the world champs, Why you do it? On the surface, it might seem like a casual reflection on a challenging day, but when you dissect the words, I think it's very clear and self-evident that his remarks were tinged with a dismissive attitude, a whole heap of condescension, and a trailer load of what we call feistiness. By stating that I have nothing to prove, he's effectively downplaying the significance of the competition and by extension, his competitors, like all them there, what them there for. This kind of attitude is arrogant, especially considering the level of effort and commitment that all athletes bring to the field. And he didn't even stop there, He went on to say, zero motivation for me. If anybody beats me, I do not care. What? After you get beat, not before you get beat, So after the man whoop you by like a good, 16 centimeter, millimeter, or inches, or whatever it was, but it was way more than we beat Wayne by at the Olympics, because Wayne only lost by like 2 centimeters, I think. Him just lose this thing here Thursday by like a whopping 16. Because, look on his stats. I'm pretty sure I like the 16 centimeters, right? Because when he won the gold medal at the Olympics, his distance, right, was... I don't want to tell a lie. His distance was 8.06. No. At the Olympics, 8.48 and Wayne get 8.36, right? And also at the beat Wayne 5 centimeter again on August 22nd. And then guess what happened Thursday? A 16 Wayne game, 16 out of the big team. Because Wayne jumped 8.18 and he jumped 8.02. Imagine that. That's an ass whooping. That's a lick for 6. Gone past mid-on, over the boundary, around the back, over the wall. You understand? So it makes it more particularly striking because his victories were marginal. But when he literally gets blown out, if somebody beats me, I do not care. Brother, all right. And, after being beaten, it also shows a lack of respect for your competition who whooped your ass, right? He then went on to talk about his frustration with the conditions and the event organization, saying, the rain today was raining, and I had to wait 10 minutes because they told me that there's no camera, so I had to wait. Now, somewhere else, this could have been a legitimate grievance because they must have maybe him stand up there in the rain and him cowl up because he had to wait 10 minutes past his warm-up time or whatever. But I think it's just another installment of him downplaying and undermining his competitors' dominance of him. So what are we going to conclude in this instance? We definitely have no choice but to conclude that Miltiadis Tentoglou fresh himself and faced himself and bright up himself after being beaten resoundingly by Wayne Pinnock at the Diamond League competition in Zürich. His comments were not just the reflection of a difficult day on the track. They highlight a certain lack of sportsmanship and a certain lack of respect, which speaks volumes about his character. And in the world of sports, it's not just about winning. It's also about how you win and how you lose. And the greatest champions are those who can accept defeat with grace and respect for their fellow competitors. And this brother here definitely don't have that. So Wayne Pinnock, big up yourself for beating him by donkey lengths and for asserting a dominant win, and also for your grace, where you stated that your results today shows what you could do and your victory had nothing to do with revenge. Big up yourself, and we hope you go home with that $30,000 next week at the Diamond League Finals. Thank you everyone for joining us for today's episode of Velocity Views. Stay tuned in or come back for more interesting commentary, sports news, and original content celebrating Jamaica's history as the global track and field leader.